Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. Can $50 change your life? This lady's thinking probably what some of you are thinking. Can $50 help me to buy a new car? How about pay for children's college tuition? Can $50 help you start a new business? Or even buy that dream home? Can $50 help you travel around the world? Or even stop working so you can donate all your time to different charities? How many people would like that? Well, I believe that it can. So I want to show you how. What you're about to see is a SkyWay business presentation. It's just a short overview. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Rosalind Volney. I am a consultant with SkyWay Invest Group. I am a Master Profi student, and I am a network marketer with part-time experience for 20 plus years. I am the club president with Toastmaster International for my local club. I am the wife and mother of two. You see my two children in the middle between myself and my husband. I also grew up in the beautiful island of St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and I am the former Miss St. Croix Carnival Queen 1979-80. Now, all of these experiences have actually brought me here where I appreciate the value of being financially independent and, most importantly, helping others to do the same. So imagine how excited I was when I was introduced to SkyWay Invest Group. Before we begin, I need you to know that we are SkyWay Invest Group, but we're not registered brokers or advisors. Please consider the information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities do come with risks. Please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. If you need documentation or information after the webinar, contact one of us and we'll do what we can to provide you any extra information you need. Okay, let's get started. What we have to offer you is something unique, and it benefits everyone. It benefits families. It benefits single parents, millennials, retired, or just plain tired. So what do we have? We have education information products. And what you are looking at is Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki is well known for his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in his book, he talks about 4 different types of people. You have the employee and the self-employed, the business owner, and the investor. Well, the employee is a person who has a job. A self-employed, many people don't realize, is the person who actually owns a job. Notice they're on the left side of the quadrant. This is the least desirable side. Now, on the right side is the most desirable side. So if someone is going to be a business owner, you want them to own a system and have people work for them. That gives you time to be on your own. It's even better if you can be an investor and have the money work for you. So now you have an idea of this quadrant. Let's look at how our well-known education system works compared to our SkyWay system. And remember, I said we have for you education information products. So in our standard education system that most of us are under, you're taught how to be an employee or self-employed. But in our education system, our lessons fast track you to the wealth building side of the quadrant. In the standard education system, you are taught to work for 40 years and then retire. But in our system, if you're a business owner, you're taught to have people work for you. An investor, money is what we teach you to have it work for you. In the education system that everyone goes to, mostly, almost, your income is limited to your performance. Basically, if you don't work, you don't get paid. In our education system, we teach you about unlimited, uncapped passive income. That is true financial freedom. In the education system, a few weeks holiday per year is ideal. Let's see if you can get it. In our education system, we teach you that any day is a holiday. Now, that's true time freedom. Now, in the education system, when you pass away, everyone has a will, whether you made one or not. But the challenge there is many times it's limited assets that are left to the families that are still around. And in many cases, sometimes you're left with the bills more than assets. In our system, we teach you about creating a legacy, generational wealth, meaning you are paid long, your families and your friends or whoever you left your money to are paid long after you're gone. So our educational packages come with a special gift. When you go to presentations, sometimes they offer you special prizes. We actually give you a really, really special gift. Co-ownership in SkyWay Technologies. So let's take a look at some of the expos we visited this past year. Railway Tech, Indonesia. That's back in March. Future Cities in Dubai. That's in April. Congress Exhibit in Singapore. That's in July. Inva Expo. That's Russia, August of last year. And InnoTrans, Germany. That was in September. These were all just last year alone. And we've been consistently going to expos over the years. I started in March, and I can tell you that every single one that we've been to, and these are very large expos, we have been the main attraction. All right, so you can be a co-owner of a transportation system which will be built globally. Get your calculators out for the next few slides. One of our education information products just happens to be a price of $50. When you buy this education package, you actually will receive a bonus. Remember I said you get a special gift of co-ownership, well, you will receive 1,100 pre-IPO private equity shares with SkyWay Technologies. So you buy a $50 package with education package with SkyWay Invest Group, and as a bonus, SkyWay Technologies gives you 1,100 shares. Pre means before, IPO means initial public offering, and private means we haven't gone public yet, and equity shares is the ownership in SkyWay Technologies. So when we do go public in the future, we will list on the London Stock Exchange, and we are guaranteed that our bonus shares will be at the value of minimum $1. If you have your calculators out, you multiply $1 times 1,100, you will actually have a portfolio value of $1,100. What if it's $5 a share on the first day of the London Stock Exchange? 5 times 1,100 is 5,500 bonus pre-IPO shares of 1,100. You get $5,500. Not bad. What about $10,000? $10. I'm jumping myself. So if it's $10 on the first day, then multiply that by 1,100 and you will get 11,000 as your portfolio value. $11,000. I believe it can be at $20 a share on the first day that we go public. And what that means is if you multiply that by 1,100 shares, if that's how many you have, you will have $22,000 as a portfolio value. And all you did was buy an education package, and you could probably make a lot of money with just the education package if you follow with the education that we provide you. But with this, you have now a bonus. Awesome. So how do you make money from equity shares? Every company's main goal is to grow. As the company grows and expands, the value of the stock increases. This leads to profits and dividends for co-owners or shareholders. Once we go public, the people who buy the stocks are shareholders. Let's see how smart investors make money. A company, Microsoft, very well-known company. On their first day of the stock exchange, when they went public, it was 10 cents a share. Right now, their value is $100 a share. What if you had 1,100 shares with Microsoft? $100 times 1,100 today would be $110,000. How about Tesla? They only have 2 products. We have several products and the technology is similar. Well, what if the fact that they started at $17 a share on their very first day, and now they're valued at over $300 a share? What if you had 1,100 shares with Tesla? Your portfolio value would be $330,000. How about Alphabet? You know this as Google. Their value on their first day was $52 a share. They're now over $500 a share. If you had a 1,100 shares with Alphabet, your portfolio would be $550,000. That's huge. Amazon. Everyone knows Amazon. Did you know they started at just $1.73 a share on their first day that they went public? And now their value is way over 1,000 per share. What if you had 1,100 shares with them? Got it. That's $1,100,000. Now, I believe in about 10 years' time, SkyWay will be worth about 1,000 or more a share. So our educational information packages, they are a great investment. And they were designed for ordinary, everyday people by an experienced educator and investor. Let me introduce you to our SkyWay Invest Group CEO. This is Andrei Kovratov. Andrei is a professional investor. He's a self-made multimillionaire. He's the founder of SkyWay Invest Group. That's our company. He's the creator of Academy of Private Investor. This company existed long before Andrei struck a deal with SkyWay Invest Group. And he's a finance and investment business coach. In his world, he is the Tony Robbins type of person. You know, Tony Robbins is famous in the motivational club, the motivating people. Andrei is famous for helping people to get financially independent. Well, Andrei has a huge responsibility. He has to help crowdfund for 2 testing facilities. The testing facilities help to test and certify the transportation so we know it is safe to use. This is where we could use everyone's help. No matter what country you are from, this is the biggest global project the world has ever seen. You're looking at our testing facility. This is Eco Techno Park, and it's on a piece of land that is 36 hectares big. It is located in Myrina Goka, Belarus, and all the construction was built 100% from crowdfunding. I'm going to show you a short video of our testing facility in Eco Techno Park. Let me take the volume down so I can speak while I show you. This is to show you a bird's eye view of Eco Techno Park, so you see what 36 hectares looks like. Those people are engineers that you're looking at. They test different models which are manufactured in our facility in Minsk, Belarus, and they are brought here to be certified so they are safe to use. One of the models you're seeing is low for economic purposes, but they're actually going to be very high off the ground, like that. It's cost effective. If you know Rita, the person that normally does our presentations, she is one of the few lucky ones that had her son ride one of these last summer. We saw really great Facebook Lives on those. We have 3 models that have been certified on this piece of land. They have certified the Unibike, the Unibus, and one of the SkyWay Cargo Rangers. We also want to certify another product called the SkyWay High Speed, and that one will be checked out at another testing facility because it runs at a speed of 300 miles per hour. Now, this land that it's on right now is not enough for it. So we are going to have another piece of land in the United Arab Emirates. Some people know it as Dubai, which is 7 times the size of this one. It's outside of the city of Dubai. Let's take a look at some of our SkyWay Technologies products that you can be a co-owner of. There's the Unicorn, and there's the Unitruck, and there's this cold storage. There's also the Unibike, and the Unimobile, and the Uniwine, Unibus. There are 3 segments of the Unibus, actually. There's the high speed, and there is the luxury model high speed. This is divine high speed. It comes with plush leather seats, and every seat has a monitor and all the beautiful things you can think of, luxury. Now, down in the bottom, you see linear cities. Wow, we're also going to get involved with real estate, not just cars or these unibuses and high speed. You are seeing those 3 towers on the bottom left. They're about 30 to 40 stories high, and they will be built in the rural areas. And they will have in them any business you can think of, like shopping plazas, shopping malls, supermarkets, schools, restaurants, movie theaters, bowling centers, doctor's offices, hospitals, stuff like that. Just think anything that a company needs to thrive will be in these linear cities, and you can get from one city to another with the SkyWay high speed. Next is this eco house. This eco house is a solar eco house which will be surrounding the linear cities. So that's going to be fun. And now the drone. You see the drone? There is capable of holding 1.5 tons of any kind of material. These are just some of the products we have, and why I believe we are going to perform extremely well when we go on the stock exchange. So let me introduce you to a true genius. He's the winner of the Golden Chariot Award from 2017 for the most eco-friendly transport. He's also the winner of the Slovakia International Peace Prize for 2018, just a few months ago. This is Dr. Anatoly Yunitsky. He's our SkyWay designer. He's an engineer with 40 years experience and very well respected in his field. He's the author of over 150 inventions, so you only saw a few of them just before these slides. He has over 100 patents worldwide, at least one in the US. And the United Nations, they gave him a $1 million grant to help with his testing facility. He has a blog at www.yunitsky.com. Yunitsky is spelled Y-U-N-I-T-S-K-I-Y. So let's look at another video. And I'm going to lower the volume on this one so you can hear me speak. This is to show you the different terrains that this high speed will be able to go through. You see animals there, that deer in the picture. We will not be disturbing any animals or their migrations or any nature on the ground because we'll be very high off the ground. And that's referred to as the second level. Now you see how it is against the snow, very high off the ground. So we can build on these different terrains like water, including deep sea. This will open up a massive market for us in the future, especially in those countries with outer islands that are not connected together. As you can see, we can go over snow, water, mountain ranges, and even oil. This high-speed model example was designed like the hummingbird. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. And although this model is only a 6-seater, Dr. Anatoly has been accepting orders for 100 to 200 seats. And we will be able to fill those orders in the future. All right. What you're looking at now is the ceiling of the SkyWay Museum in Marina Gorka, Belarus. On the ceiling are some of the names of the original investors who have backed this project and helped us to crowdfund. As a result, it was nicknamed Anatoly Stars. I am told there will be another building built to include all our names, so that will be a nice historical factor for us. The company has a business plan of 15 stages of development. This technology was developed in 1978 when Dr. Anatoly was a teenager with just sketches, but the engineering wasn't implemented until 2014. Why so long? It took nearly 40 years. It wasn't because people didn't like the Skyway concept or idea. In fact, they loved it so much that when Dr. Anatoly took his idea to them, they wanted more than 50% of his company. And he just wasn't going to allow that. Then he met our CEO, Andre, and they struck a deal. Andre agreed to help him fundraise so Dr. Anatoly can build his transportation projects. So you know Dr. Anatoly and Andre must have agreed to a deal lower than 50%. Well, we're happy about it anyway because we're excited that Dr. Anatoly finally was able to realize his dream. So building and construction started in 2015. And then demonstration and certification was June 2016 and 17. But the technology was actually adopted in 2018. And we're excited that United Arab Emirates will be completing the last project this year. In about 2 or 3 years in the future, maybe sooner, we're going to the stock exchange, and that will be a very exciting time for all co-owners. Currently, we're in 13 out of 15 stages. We have IP rights and patents with a value of over $400 billion. That valuation was done by KPMG. They are one of the top 5 accounting firms in the world. We have 300 signed agreements with 17 countries. More than $100 million has been raised to date. And we are fully transferable technology. We can be built all over the world at the same time. That's what fully transferable means. So, what countries do we have a global projects waiting to be done? We have signed agreements with Tanzania, Belarus, Ireland, Ukraine, Russia, and Turkey. We also have signed agreements with Italy, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Philippines, and India, and Australia. Now, there's people in the picture, that's Dr. Anatoly shaking Rod Hook's hand. Rod Hook and his partner Maury from Adelaide in Australia, they worked very hard because what they were able to do was introduce Skyway technology to many of the mining companies in Australia. And they were able to fill 150 signed agreements. That's great. And what's even better, I believe, Australia working so hard helped to bring this to the English-speaking world. Now, help us crowdfund. So far, we have raised $100 million. We need to raise another $100 million for the construction of a testing facility and innovation center in the suburbs of Sharjah in United Arab Emirates. How can you help? Become a co-owner for as little as $50. Let's check out a few more packages we have available. We have standard packages. They're also referred to as one-time payments. Remember we talked about we have a $50 package and you can get bonus pre-IPO shares of $1,100. Well, what you're looking at is a synapse from one of our back offices. They all look the same, and you will need to ask whoever invited you to let you have the link to your own free back office so that you can see on your website and play with the numbers here where it says value of package. So you would go to your standard packages, and under value of package, you can put any number from $5 to $1 million, and you can put $50, for example, and it will show you just like this, the bonus pre-IPO shares, in this case, 1,100. So what if you wanted to double that and buy a $100 education package? Well, $100 education package will give you a bonus of 2,700 pre-IPO shares. Notice that is 1,600 more shares than if you just did the 50. It didn't add up to 1,100 more shares. It gave you 1,600 more. If you wanted to go to $150 for your education package, you will get bonus free 4,050 bonus shares. That's 1,350 pre-IPO shares more than before. But notice there is no rhyme or reason. For $50 more, you didn't get 1,100 more, you didn't get 1,600 more, you got 1,350 more. Now, if you did $200 for one of your education packages, you will get 5,400 bonus pre-IPO shares. That's only 1,350 pre-IPO shares more. I hope you can see the pattern. There is none. You never know. You need your free back office so you can play with the numbers yourself. I'm looking at what if I went to 250, from 200 to 250. That's 2,100 pre-IPO shares more. So now you have 7,500 bonus pre-IPO shares. Look at that. When I double it to 500, that's 7,500 bonus pre-IPO shares more. This time it doubled because I doubled, but it doesn't always work that way. So ask the person who invited you so you can play with the numbers yourself. We also have installment packages, and this is ideal for those people who do not have a lot of money up front to get the amount of shares they really would like as a bonus. That's how I looked at it. But you also want more money. The bigger the package you can get for education, the more knowledge you will receive. Our installment packages are monthly, but they don't go more than 10 months. And they're interest-free. They start at $10 a month. You do not get to pick what numbers you want. You get to pick what's made available. And they start at $10. In this case, $10 a month will get you up to $100 after 10 months. And you get a bonus pre-IPO shares of $400 at the end of 10 months. Now, the education in these I like because they break down the courses that you're getting with your education package. And this is true with each package in this segment for these packages of installment packages. So with each installment package, it tells you what education you're receiving. So you can get for $25 a month instead of $10 a month. You can get 6,250 bonus pre-IPO shares after 10 months because you would have spent $250. And we have one for $50 a month and $100 a month and $250 a month. Actually, we have one up to $10,000 a month. And that makes it possible to have a package that suits just about every budget. Now, as a co-owner of SkyWay Technologies, you will benefit from annual dividends, and those are paid quarterly. As a SkyWay Invest Group partner, you will also benefit with dividends from the SkyWay Invest Group portfolio. You're probably wondering what's the difference. Well, SkyWay Technologies, you just saw all the transportation systems. Remember, they're the ones that are giving you the bonus pre-IPO shares free for crowdfunding. SkyWay Technologies is the technology that's you're going to ride on, and SkyWay Invest Group is the crowdfunding. We're the one, we struck that deal. We're going to raise the money so SkyWay Technologies can do what they do best. Now, as a SkyWay Technology, the bonus free shares they gave you when we go public, you will get dividends. Every company that you get shares with does not pay dividends, but SkyWay Technology will. And these will be paid quarterly. SkyWay Invest Group didn't have anything to do with shares before, but what we learned was our CEO, the smart investor that he is, when he made the deal with Dr. Anatoly, he made some investments on SkyWay Invest Group behalf. So SkyWay, that's SWIG, S-W-I-G, stands for SkyWay Invest Group. SkyWay Invest Group took this is Andre, our CEO, took $26,000 of his own money and invested in about 21 instruments, which we'll see in a few minutes. And he was able to gain a really high value portfolio in the name of SkyWay Invest Group, which we are part of. So when you are Googling our name, it's important you have the name right, because I know with personal experience with stocks, you have to have the right name. So we are SkyWay Invest Group that you are being asked to help crowdfund for SkyWay Technologies, who has the different transportation systems and the real estate and all that. Well, when you are Googling, look for SkyWay Invest Group. We're not SkyWay Capital. We're not, I know there's a name out there, First SkyWay Invest Group Limited. That's the name I believe SkyWay Capital also goes by. We're not that company. But SkyWay Capital is one of the companies that is crowdfunding for SkyWay Technologies. And they are only valid or legal in Europe. They are only able to sell their loan product, and they also sell shares. So they are able to do that, but only in Europe. They're not legal to do it anywhere else. Now, let's take a look at, or I did want to mention, there are three companies crowdfunding: Skyway Invest Group, Skyway Capital, and then there is Rail Skyway. That's Dr. Anatoly's company. So usually if you have $1 million, or if you have more than $1 million to invest, we send you right to him because he'll take care of you with RSW. So let's take a look at the Skyway Invest Group portfolio that Andre has for us. He took the $26,000 and bought 21 investment instruments. What are they? Real estate in Taganrog and Russia. $300 million in Skyway shares. If you look at the graph with all the portfolios that he's invested in, he has Skyway Technologies in the green as the largest. He's also invested in cryptocurrency and land in Crimea. He also invested in Visa and MasterCard shares, and Facebook and Twitter shares, FedEx shares, energy, Superbank shares, cash, and Gazprom Bank's CNY and Gazprom Bank's gold. So as you can see, he diversified pretty well too. And these have all now have been gaining a value of 26% a day since 2014. They're now from what we calculate, over 40% interest, I should say, of a value. And what not Dr. Anatoly, but what Andre, our CEO of Skyway Invest Group, has done is he's announced to us that starting this year, we could get dividends as a result. We will be getting dividends as a result of the values these have had sometime by the end of this year. And we also heard that we will be paid monthly. Now, the other thing I want you to be aware is we are going to be getting into STOs, and that will be announced soon. STOs are security token offerings. So those are a type of cryptocurrency that are secured by assets as opposed to initial coin offerings that are usually not backed by anything else but people, and they can be manipulated in the market. You can't manipulate STOs because they're backed by real projects or assets. And as you can see, we have tons of assets. So everything has been filed in Wilmington, Delaware. Yay! And all the formalities are going through right now. We are backed by the U.S. Treasury, and everything is going to be ready by mid-March. We should know sometime between mid-March and April the news on what to expect, because we as partners, those of us who are partners with Skyway Invest Group, will be the first to have opportunities to take advantage of the value of STOs. Now, this is the end of our presentation. So please share this opportunity with your family and friends. You don't have to, but we would like for you to. There's only 5% of the world's population that are involved in Skyway Invest Group who are sharing it. But the faster we share it, the sooner we can go public. So we hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you so much for your time. And we ask that you please ask the person who invited you here for a free SkyWay back office website. So you can use that website not just to plug in numbers, but to do your due diligence. There's lots of information there. And we look forward to you joining us. Thank you. And I'm going to stop the recording now.